We are live, honey.
And in the flesh.
In the flesh. I'm wearing my Shirley MacLaine tee.
Oh.
Curled up.
I'm wearing my Rufus Wainwright t-shirt that is completely unviewable. That's not the video effect. It's actually like that in person.
Love it, love it. I see Whitney and Barbara there.
Yes, I'm surrounded by my girls. I'm in my kitchen because my hi Caroline.
Caroline.
There's crazy noise on the street outside my living room.
Yes, on the street where you live. I've had a lot of construction outside as well, and I was hoping that it was Verizon finally coming to give us Fios, and it's not. It's just some stupid Con Ed people.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot my wireless mouse today. Oh well. Well, we are so happy. Hello, Caitlin Duffy Hall.
You can't love yourself, Caitlin Duffy Hall. How in the hell are you gonna love my drag persona?
Can I get an amen?
Yes. Hi.
Aaron Stain, Sean McKenna, Macon Prickett. Oh yes, it's a great T-shirt day.
Macon Prickett sounds like a statement. Like, Daniel, what you doing? Macon Prickett? Well, come on in. We have to do the live stream.
Sounds like our friend Jason. Prickett's like some southern dish. What you doing? Oh, I'm just making Prickett.
Well, and he's from Macon. He's making Macon Prickett. That's like buffalo.
Remember when we sat in the living room and for hours tried to figure that sentence out? Like
45 minutes. Don't make us slower than we are.
Nightmares. Larry, hello. Oh my goodness. I just love the viewers so much. I just love that we don't even have to ask now. They just do their roll call themselves.
Totally. I'm so happy right now. Actually, I was saying to Daniel, I actually was DMing with Caroline for the show, getting her input.
Oh, okay.
Freaked out by what's going on in the world right now in America. And like, I was getting like harassed by like MAGA bots on Twitter. And I was like, I'm going to have to talk about this. I can't like leave it behind. How are we going to have like a fun escapist show? I'm like so down in the dumps. But just like seeing all these names, I'm like, no, let's just talk about Patty.
I know. Southern dish. Yes, honey.
Patty, look at that. I have a fan. Hello, Eric Nelson.
Serve it with a fruit cocktail. Cuts the sweetness.
Yeah, grapefruit salad.
That's
Eric. I love doing Patty issues at Gay Days at Disneyland. And the story I always tell, which I think I've told here before, is about how that event led me to my little contretemps with Audrey McDonald. But the story that I don't tell enough, particularly when we play Dolly Concert Kill, is that at the end of the Gay Days at Anaheim weekend, friend of the pod, Ryan O'Connor, wasted and tripping on God knows what in a floor-length muumuu, performed the title number of Hello, Dolly. By the way, this is like at the after party. There was like a huge staircase outside like the nightclub. This was not like a show. This was like the outdoor staircase to exit the nightclub. But Ryan O'Connor in this muumuu at like 3 a.m. did the title number of Hello, Dolly. And all the gays there got in line and got in step. And it was the most magical thing I've ever seen. And it's such a tragedy that there's no video. But
wait, they got in line as the waiters, or like they all came down the stairs?
No, as the waiters.
Oh
like,
my God.
People like did the choreography, and like it was spectacular.
Now
and I was sober, so this is not like some drug hallucination. Like Ryan might have been hallucinating, but I know it happened.
I would pay good money. That's the kind of streaming that I want. And also good on those gays. I mean, that's they've been raised right.
By the way, they were like not just anybody. I feel like it was like Alec Mapa and Michael Urie. I mean, these were like A gays, at least like B+.
Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Richard J. Yes, we are still on the air.
A gays, Richard J. A gay Alexander. Richard A gay J Alexander.
I wish I had seen that as well. That's great. I mean, there was one thing that I love about just our type of people, the people who are listening. It's like we can't see a staircase without fully utilizing it to the full extent of its powers.
Powers can be used for evil too, because there's a thread that's been going on for the last couple of years in the social meds where people talk about how Bernadette invented stairs.
From Hello Dolly?
Yeah, because like she was so magical in the title song that she invented stairs. And like, I find that every time to be a little bit, as Patty would say, of an attack.
I mean, listen, if anyone invented stairs, it's Carol Channing. Let's be honest.
Yeah, totally.
The organs of the Judy K beef. That's another yummy dish.
I don't find it yummy, no.
A little hard to swallow.
It's kosher though. Thank you, Macon. I knew I liked you.
And balcony and stairs. Orchestra balcony.
Stairs equal Rebecca.
Rebecca, the movie Rebecca, when she comes down dressed as the painting or whatever.
Oh, I'm like, was Rebecca Luker or Irene Malloy in one of the Channing tours, and I didn't realize it?
No, should be.
Zach Couch, all I want to do is sit on that couch and tell you all about my feelings for Judy K. But we have to, Maine invented, Maine. Yeah, Maine. Well, Hello Dolly did come first. We have to roll credits.
We have to roll credits. We're just having so much fun.
Autumn, winter, next year. Time heals everything. It's a song. And time heals everything.
Alrighty.
Oh my God. I was like having so much fun that like when the credits started rolling, I was just like, autumn, winter. And then I realized I didn't do my thing on Facebook to like share the live.
Yeah.
The good news is it was live on Facebook, but then I accidentally liked it before I shared it.
You know, if you like it, then others will. By the way, Rebecca the Musical, one of the most fascinating Vanity Fair articles I've read, I want that to be like an American Crime Story season or someone. I want them to do a series on that drama.
I think Patrick Hines should do it.
The who?
Patrick Hines.
Oh, yes.
Used to host the Fabulous Theater People podcast.
Loved it.
Now he's like too big for theater because he's like one of the biggest true crime podcast people there is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Love this idea.
Marriage. The Judy K beef merch. Oh, it is coming.
It is coming, honey. It is on like
Richard Day is saying you're late to the party.
Oh wait, was it?
Well, we've got to roll that. Maybe we can quarantine stream that.
I remember when I first moved to New York, seeing the marquee at what theater was it? The Broadhurst, or I don't remember, but I remember seeing the marquee and being like, oh my God, I love the movie Rebecca. I'm so excited. And then down very quickly. Well, so you're feeling good. I have to say this, no matter how stressed I am, the show always brightens my spirits. So do you feel the need to exercise your MAGA demons or no?
No, I feel this is a much needed escape. I'll say this. I mean, I have been like so plugged in.
You have
Twitter for the last week. Like I can't stop. I all these like political pundits that I'm like in love with, I've like put them all on like where I get notifications every time they tweet. So, you know, if Tommy Vitor or John Favreau or John Lovett or Don Winslow or, you know, Maggie Haberman, if they tweet something, I get the alert. So let's say like 1 out of 5 times they're tweeting something, they're sharing an article, right? Mm-hmm. So then I open that article in a tab so I can read it. Yeah. I go to read that article, but then a new tweet comes, I go look at that. So as the day goes on, I've got like 19 articles. So I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just like, every article is like giving me more information, you know? Mm-hmm. And then I keep thinking it's so important to like share this stuff because I feel like the more eyes get on it, even if some people wind up muting me or unfollowing me because they're like enough with their fucking retweets of the articles. But like still, the algorithm is going to grow for these articles and these stories that people are going to know more about how much Trump needs to be impeached and like the people that supported the insurrection in Congress need to be held to account, you know? Yeah. And I keep thinking I'm supporting this, but it's too much. I'm spending too much time on Twitter. I'm not getting enough fresh air. I'm not getting my mind on other things besides politics. Mm-hmm. And it's not healthy. And the fact that I was getting, like harassed by these like MAGA bots. It could be one. What is the thing Trump said that time? Like maybe it was the Russian, maybe it's a 300-pound guy sitting on his bed in New Jersey. You know, I mean, definitely my entire like harassment could be one person. But regardless, you know, and I'm feeling like, oh, it's not safe on Twitter. I can't post anything. I can't do anything. And it's like that's probably a good thing because. For me to like get off, I mean, literally the idea of going off Twitter for like a couple of hours, I'm like, no, and that's not okay.
Yeah, it's easy to like get sucked in and living your life in the matrix these days.
Yeah, very much that.
I love this idea for the T-shirt. Not my hashtag. Not my
Lily Garland. Just in defense, though, like I mean, I'm all calling out Judy Kay. Maybe we do need to do like a full expose on Judy Kay. But like an expose, but she's not my Lily Garland. She's not even close to my Lily Garland. She's way down the list. As a matter of fact, I want to hear like that, you know, Glory Crampton's performance at Goodspeed before I decide if she's on the list above Judy Kay.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say that her Lily Garland is like why I'm mad at her, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, we could do just a whole podcast episode on Judy Kay, the Judy Kay beef. Well, today is a very special episode because we're kicking off one new segment and we're kicking off the reworking of another segment.
A whole new direction for us.
Yes. And so for our appreciation station, which we always use to kick off the show, we have our first listener submission. So very excited about that. Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, my new cat I told you about is sitting right down here. And whenever he heard Patty, he went.
I love that cat. Zach Couch, how very dare you. I hope that's a joke.
Ooh.
Patty LuPone in 1987, in 1997, in 2007, and really even in 2017 was not somebody that was talked about for supporting roles. She is Broadway's greatest leading lady. She is the premier Broadway star of her generation. And if there's any competition for that, perhaps it was Bernadette Peters, but it is certainly not Judy Kay. And the only time Patty was up for Carlotta was in the possibly apocryphal story when, what's his name that directed the movie of Phantom? God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think.
Well, not your cat. But the guy that directed the movie of Phantom was at dinner at Orso with Andrew Lloyd Webber when they were working on the movie and talking about casting. And Andrew said, well, Joel Schumacher, thank you. And Andrew said, well, what about Patty LuPone? You know, I mean, I don't know, Joel Schumacher must have said something, you know, we need like a diva with like a bad attitude and like a big personality and a big voice, you know. And Andrew said, well, what about Patty LuPone? And Joel Schumacher said, doesn't she hate you? So that was the only time she was up for Carlotta. But when she was choosing between the Broadway production of Les Mis or the revival of Anything Goes or the world premiere of Into the Woods, she was not, you know, talking about like supporting role in Phantom.
All right. Well, let's. Zach's gonna win you over, and you're gonna stop being mad at him right after this because he gives us such a gift with the clip he sent in, and he gives us a beautiful explanation beforehand. So let's go to Zach now.
Hey, Ben and Daniel, it's Zach, and I'm just sending in this video for my appreciation station, which is Bette Midler, the divine Miss M, singing Tenderfield Sadler at Peter Allen's memorial. And I'm not sure how much of the video you're going to be able to show because it is like 7-8 minutes long, but spoiler, she goes up on her lyrics at one point, and the way that Bette works herself out of the hole that she's created for herself is just a tremendous feat to watch. The amount of like vamping and then just, you know, working to get the crowd back on her side, and then just she like launches into what I can only assume is truly Bruce Valanche concert patter, and then she and Mark Shaman just weave themselves back into the song, and then at the end Bette has this little coda of another Peter Allen song, which I honestly have never wanted to search out the original because I know that it won't sound the way that that does. Peter Allen's like sort of like Bob Dylan, where it's like, I know that they're a great songwriter, but I'd rather listen to other people perform their songs, like Joan Baez. Anyways, before I ramble on longer than the video itself, keep up the good work, y'all. And Daniel, do you have your artwork anywhere for sale online? Non sequitur, but thought I'd ask. All right, ciao for now, y'all.
Oh my God, Zach, you're such a sweetheart.
Ciao for now, y'all.
Love the accent. I mean, I'm seeing we have such a Southern audience. I'm loving it. I do not have my artwork for sale anywhere right now, but that is one of my quarantine projects that's just very slow.
Yeah, real slow.
Real slow.
Just waiting for the 19th month of the pandemic.
I'm trying to see if anyone has any suggestions, you know, sound off in the comments or slide into my DMs. I'm thinking like there's all those websites like Redbubble where you just upload the artwork. By the way, I found someone using my artwork already and I had to file a complaint. But you know, you upload their artwork and then they take care of all the printing and put it on like a mug or a mouse pad or a poster or whatever. So that is something that I'm still working on. Also, I love the point Zach brings up about Bette because it's so true. Every song that Bette covers is better than the original. I prefer her version of most songs, including songs by like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, whomever. She's such a great interpreter.
Hard to think of a song Bette covered where you don't prefer the original.
It's true, yeah.
Where you do prefer the original. Maybe like, you know, some of the like really iconic like Peggy Lee or Rosemary Clooney stuff.
Sure.
But I mean, that's sort of the point with those. It's an homage.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very excited to watch this clip. Here we go. Divine, Miss M.
I flung away like I was okay. My God. I flung him away like I was going to be all right. It's a long story, I tell you. See, where I got tripped up was, it's a family saga. It's a very sad saga. Don't you dare laugh at this. I'll murder you motherfuckers. I will. You ruined my evening. See, it's a family saga. See, there's the grandfather, and there's the son who is a little disturbed, and then there's the grandson who is supposed to be Peter. Oh, Peter, please, I'm so embarrassed. He'd love it. He'd love it. I know he's laughing wherever he is. Okay, the grandson of George. See, when he gets to the part about the interesting face, I always have to put a smile on because we all know who that is, right? Oy vey. When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio de Janeiro. I'm a salsa fellow. It's a first. I swore it was a first. Of course, I could do the witch for you. Yes? I've been doing it for so long. It's all I know how to do. Yes? And I fly. It's so perfect. And next week I'm starting Gypsy. Oh, God. I had a dream. So I'll be singing The Witch, and I'll be singing Mama Rose, too. I won't know who I'm doing. I had a dream. I had a dream. Witch mother, witch mother, witch mother, witch mother. I have to work. I have a big nut. I always swore I'd never say that. But you come to Hollywood, it creeps up on you. First you get the maid. Then you have the roof done. Oh my God. The suit is 5 years old. I can't afford another one. I gotta go out on the road. The grandson of George has been all around the world, but he lived in no special place. He changed his last name and he married a girl with such an interesting face.
Oh my God. I am so happy right now.
I
mean, the way she's so funny and engaging, and then the way she just like slides into that beautiful, beautiful song, and you're like, it's like coming home, hearing Bet's voice sing beautiful lyrics like that, and she's just so inviting, and you know, she's like the best hostess, inviting you to the most amazing feast of melody and sounds and words. Yeah, it was so hilarious, and I love a performer who blames the audience. I always love that.
We'll post the link so everybody can watch the whole thing with the song performance. But I'm so blown away. I mean, I feel like literally like I mean, sometimes with Bet, you're just like, there's only Bet. Everyone else is like, Bet is like the everyone else 2.0. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's like, this is a star. This is an artist. I want to listen. This is the only person I ever want to listen to ever.
Ever.
Oh my God, bravo, Zach! I mean, we're getting the guest submissions appreciations off to a great start.
You guys, I mean, Zach set that bar real high. Like, I don't even know how Daniel and I are going to have any clips next week.
I know.
Like, here's Patty when she was doing Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda in 2007, singing "Don't Rain on My Parade." It's hard to understand the words, and she goes flat on this one note, but it's really loud.
I mean, maybe we should just hire Zach on as like our what's it called? Like our
research assistant.
But he's just in charge of all the appreciations from now on. He's like,
he should just replace us.
Our ambassador. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it so much. Yeah, bravo. I have to go watch the full clip. Was it's like 7 minutes, so we had to trim it down, but I'm definitely gonna go watch the full thing. Well, speaking of Patty's bad diction, should we go to our associate producer?
Careful what you wish for, lady. Associate producer sounds good.
Let's go to our new segment.
Yeah.
Which I have created a little intro for.
Ooh, I haven't seen it yet.
I love la.
Perfect.
I was like, surely we won't get in trouble for using a quick sunset.
You're scared now.
Me too.
I don't think we're going to get in trouble for a very short.
No. It's really like 3 seconds.
I think it's got to be video before anyone cares.
Yeah.
So this new segment, I love flannel on a man, is flannel on a man. Of course, that's Patty in Sunset Boulevard. And this is where we're going to celebrate, commemorate, call to account Patty's worst diction moments. Because, you know, as I spend my days in this quarantine, I find not only that I'm playing the music, my quarantine feelings playlists, you know, to comfort me emotionally and get me through the days, but there's actually times when I'll actually sit, you know, especially if I'm doing work around the house, doing, you know, cleaning, whatever, I'll listen not just to podcasts, but I'll just listen to show tunes or Broadway bootlegs, you know, things that are a little more like active listening, but where I can put my mind into it. So I've really been going through so much of the many random bootleg recordings of Patty I have that I haven't listened to all that much. And it's just constantly astonishing where she gets off. What planet is she from? How did she learn to speak like that? And it's just an unending source of delight for me. Yes. And I have to say that when I came up with this idea for this segment and I was thinking about what's the best thing from her many years of bad diction to use as the title, I texted a few trusted friends, and I don't want to call out who this person was, but I said to him, just what are, in your opinion, like Patty's top few worst moments of diction ever? And he said, War Paint.
All of War Paint.
I saw War Paint 4 times, and every single time during and after her opening number, Back on Top, most people in the audience sitting near me said out loud to their companions, I can't understand a fucking word.
I remember when I saw it, which was with you, during intermission, all they were talking about, you could just, I can't understand. Do you know what she's saying? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I mean, obviously, Michael Corey and Scott Frankel and Michael Greif and Doug Wright. I mean, they were basically punking us, trolling us to give Patti LuPone an accent.
Yeah, just on top of that, already a challenge on the challenge.
She already has an accent.
Oh my God.
So too, we will be focusing on this much over the course of our future. But to kick it off, I thought we would have the clip that this takes its name from, which of course is from Sunset Boulevard, from the song "The Lady's Paying." And unfortunately, I do have a black and white video of Sunset Boulevard on VHS that I'm going to transfer that I think might be slightly better quality, but I'm not sure. But there's better quality videos with everybody else, but of course they enunciate the lyrics. Yes. The
Manhattan.
What do you call it? So I was like, oh, maybe the Sid Minton workshop video would be, but I forgot that this song wasn't The Lady's Paying in Sid Minton. It was the same tune, but it was called A Lasting Impression. And it was a much worse song. And it's like, you've got to make a lasting impression. And it ends with Patty, the whole cast is walking off stage, and Patty goes, I tried to make a lasting impression. And it's so stupid. I mean, you don't think when you watch The Lady's Paying that it's actually a better version of another song, but it actually is. Anyway, and also it's a little hard to blame Patty in this because, first of all, the sound quality is bad because it's a bootleg.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all kind of unintelligible in this whole video. And, it's not fair to assume that, like, Kevin Anderson, who played Joe Gillis, or Meredith Braun, who played Betty Schaefer in London, I mean, they have very good diction. They, are trained, well, Kevin Anderson's American, but, their diction's great. So don't think they're as bad as Patty. And then also the lyrics in Sunset, particularly in this number, are kind of shitty. So, bad lyrics are harder to enunciate, whereas, it's easier to understand Patty when she's doing, Irving Berlin than, no tea, no shade, but, Christopher Hampton and Don Black and, Amy Powers, the Sunset Boulevard lyrics are not the best for enunciating.
Right.
However, it is quite clear that this clip, Patty's diction is terrible. And this is a specific kernel of the kind of Patty diction that is a thread throughout her decades of terrible diction, which were these flannel on a man is just like in Love for Sale in Les Mouches, for example. And I don't know what the musical term, but these phrases that go like, let the poets make no childish way. I know every time. So if you wanna follow me in, no, that's not it. God damn it! Fuck me. Let's roll the clip and I'll think of what I'm trying to say. Bad lyrics to enunciate Hello, Juilliard. Well, in fairness, she only studied acting. They really, if they would have, and by the way, they tried to teach her at Juilliard. I mean, supposedly she got a lot of shit for her diction at Juilliard, but
they didn't like me. They didn't like me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Flannel on a Man, Sunset Boulevard.
I thought of the thing.
That is such a catch. It's been stuck in my head all night and day. The na 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 na.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks so cute in that outfit.
Yeah.
It's like, and she's like, let the poets pipe of love in that childish way. I know. Fuck, no, that's not it either. God damn it. There's a lot of stuff in Evita, too. It's very...
Are you talking about how it goes up? Like, da, 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 like up the scale?
Yeah, but it's like, it's also the way she uses her voice. There's certain phrases. This is what I was trying to say, though, without giving a good example, unfortunately. But it's like, there's certain phrases that unique to Patty, she can belt with a lot of emphasis that other people really can't. Even people that are better belters than her, that's just not the way their voice works on that kind of a phrase.
Sure.
To have that kind of, Patty is the weirdness of Patty's voice. There's a specific kind of phrase she can give a specific kind of power to. And it's a sort of a fast talking, like high belting thing. But part of it is not that other people can't, is that other people wouldn't because they shouldn't. Because if they were to do that, you wouldn't understand the words. But Patty's like, I think we all know. You can look up the words later. You'd rather have me be like, I love flannel on a man. It's supposed to be, I love flannel on a man. Like, it's just not the same.
I mean, she gets so much shit for her lack of consonants, but I also think just all of her vowels are just like,
oh yeah,
all very similar. It's like, it's like there's no like change in like the crafting of the vowel sound. It's all just very from the Patty place, the accent. It's all that Italian.
Well, the legend is that there was a voice teacher in New York throughout the 80s who was teaching the Patti LuPone technique. And one day she called him and said she wanted to learn it.
Yeah, it's like people who teach breathing by listening to Barbara, and Barbara has no idea what she's doing.
Yes, I think Macon is talking about the right thing. Yeah, it's like when she's like, let the boat. No, it's not that. God damn it. You know what it is? It's because I'm singing it. I'm doing like a bad Ben Rimalower. Thank you, Ken. It's not the Patti LuPone technique. It's the Evita mix. I'm doing a bad Ben Rimalower impression of Patty singing Love for Sale, which unfortunately has like replaced Patty's actual performance of it in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of Les Mouches, I have to say that I found my DVD of Leslie Kritzer's Patti LuPone at Les Mouches, and so I was watching it the other day, and I forgot that the night we made the DVD, when Leslie went into the house during Downtown, she stopped to kiss her friend, Broadway musical director and composer Steve Marzullo. Hello. And Steve's date that night was Terry Klausner, who was Patty's matinee Ava in Evita and had attended the actual Les Mouches. Even one of Patty's tapes, one of David Lewis's tapes of one of the nights of Les Mouches, when Patty's calling, we didn't use it in the album, but when Patty's calling out, the Peter Allen is here, Terry Klausner, it's like.
I love it when they do that. My favorite is the bet one at the badge. Marilyn Sokol, fabulous actress Marilyn Sokol.
Totally. I always think that Bet at the Valve's Marilyn Sokol is the equivalent of either Eileen Brennan or Tova Feldshuh at Les Mouches.
Maybe Tova. I think Eileen's a little too famous.
Yes, you're right.
Those who can't teach critique.
Wait, is he?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a read on us or if that's just a statement. Either way, speak your mind. This is a safe space.
Jonathan, if you're new to this, you certainly, I hope you know that I may critique Patti LuPone, but I could not love her more. And
Vincent Gardenia.
Oh my God, the Vincent Gardenia shout out in Les Mouches is the best because she's like, and Vincent Gardenia is here. I met you in the halls of Juilliard. I met you a long time ago. Well, thanks for coming.
Just having a personal conversation from the stage. Yes, I love this.
Worse than the personal conversations, though, is when she's like, she gives their credits. She's like, and we have an actress here. She just got a Tony nomination for a couple of white chicks sitting around talking. You've seen her in Yentl. Tova Feldshuh. Hi, Tova. Thank you for coming.
I love it.
Maybe that was Eileen Brennan that did White Chicks Sitting Around. I'm conflating them.
I'm thinking of that movie White Chicks from like the early 2000s, like the Wayans or whatever. Like if Eileen and Tova were in that movie.
Yes, totally, Eric. She chooses more notes over words.
Yes.
I was talking to our friend Maddie about this over the weekend. We were talking about the difference between Patty as Rose and Bernadette as Rose.
Great.
My other idea for a new segment, but
great conversation. I love that.
Well, he was so brilliant. He said the difference between them is that Bernadette's Rose would have, if she had had a mother like Rose, like herself, she actually would have been more successful in vaudeville than June or Louise. She actually had more talent than any of them. And it was like unfair that she never got to make it. Whereas with Patty, she might have been talented, but the point was more that she was more passionate and angry.
Fire within.
But the other thing that came up in this conversation was, and it has to do with what Eric Nelson is saying, that Patty chooses notes over words, is that Patty's characters, it's kind of like they know they're singing.
Ooh, that's
they're not pretending to just be like, what? I'm just living my life. Y'all watch the musical and make me sing. Like, they're very like,
Well, speaking of people who know they're singing, this would be a good conversation to have about all the people I've pulled up today for our next segment, Name That Belt.
I love you. Really sing out. You really build a song. There are very few of us left.
I mean, Judy, I wish she could have heard Patty. She would have really said that about her.
Yeah, she might not have meant it as a compliment. Now, you really sing out. You really focus on the notes. That was not right. Notes was not right.
It's your Alan Rickman. Your Alan Rickman is how you do Judy.
Do you know who that was when I did Nerds? It's on Kath and Kim. They do these other two characters like Verve and I forgot their names that like work in this fancy shop at the mall. Don't call me when I'm live.
It's Judy. She's pissed.
Yeah. Patty.
Yeah.
Patty LuPone.
Something's gone awry with this app.
With this live stream.
Okay, well, so today for Name That Belt, I have chosen a song that I don't think Patty has ever sang, at least within my knowledge or hearing. I've never heard it.
Or earshot.
Yeah. But it is the fabulous 11 o'clock number 50% from the musical Ballroom. One of my favorites, and one of my favorites to see performed live. So everyone, get your fingers ready to guess who this is before Ben does.
I just want to warn you all, I think I'm going to be good at this because I also truly love this song and I've listened to so many versions and there aren't that many versions of it. So I feel like I'm going to have like a really like good leg up. But you know, Zach Couch will come for you.
Yeah, Zach Couch, our reigning champion of Name That Belt, and frankly, our reigning champion of Appreciation Station now.
Not for now, y'all.
Okay, here we go. First up.
Dorothy Loudon.
Oh God, I love her. Okay, next up. Another iconic voice.
Carly.
So we're just gonna listen to the whole thing.
Oh my God, is she gonna go up? Yeah, but I'm mad at her that she didn't go straight into the belt.
So good, and I mean, and she just sings it. It's almost like a mix. It's just so beautiful and placed, so right, honey. Yes,
We love that.
Yeah.
Carolyn is like if Judy Kuhn like didn't have such good taste. But like we loved her more for it, you know.
Stop. Do I need to throw up Jonathan Kaplan's comment again? Okay, next up, entirely different voice.
I'd rather have 50% of him
Elaine.
or any percent of him than all
Money note.
of anybody else.
Oh my God.
Right. Do that. That then anybody else.
Not at all.
Feeling that.
Meanwhile, she performs the whole number seated in like a folding metal chair.
I think it's a wheelchair.
Yeah, probably. Take your time, Elaine. Yeah, take your time. Oh my God. Ken guessed Ben Rimalower. Oh my God.
That is a great compliment. Yesterday I was compared to Carol Channing, so I'm having a good week.
Great week. Banner week. All right, switching things up.
Of him, or any percent of him, than all of anybody else.
Is that a gay man?
Who?
A gay man?
A gay man. Yes. Mucho Music. You got it.
Wow.
Michael Feinstein. Oh my God, I love you guess B.
B wishes.
B wishes. Okay, another one that I think Mucho Music will nail. It's a hard one.
I'd rather have 50% of him or 80% of him than all of anybody else at all.
Yes. Helen Reddy.
That's fabulous. I've never heard that.
She is ready to belt. Okay, next up.
So I'd rather have 50%
Marilyn.
or any percent of him
Just the ring.
than all of anybody else at
I just I have to take it back though, because she also makes my favorite choice. Yes, Macon. Couldn't agree more. She makes one of my favorite choices at the phrase right before, so I have to play that too.
And I believe it's true. So I don't share his name. So I don't wear his ring. So there's no piece of paper saying that he's mine. We have no memories. I've had enough memories. I've lost enough mornings. I've cried enough evenings. I've had enough birthdays.
Throwing it away.
Life is anyone's guess. It's a constant surprise. Though you don't plan to fall in love, when you fall, you fall. So
I mean that the way when you fall, she takes a breath. You fall. It's just
It's so real though. I mean, talk about knowing that she's singing, but at the same time, like everyone else seems like they're either not acting, they're just singing, or like they're acting.
Yes.
But Marilyn is like, she's like, just tell the truth.
Marilyn's just like talking to the audience. It's like we know she's been married like 17 times. She's
And
like,
you probably had a couple of married men along the way,
right.
or married somebodies. I don't know who they were.
She's like, honey, though you don't plan to fall in love, when you fall, you fall.
Yes, Macon Prickett. Yes, Macon.
Yes.
He's making my Prickett right now.
Honey, this Prickett is making good time because you are spot on. Guess What I Saw Today is probably my favorite song she does, which, yeah, she does it in a medley-ish with 50%.
Yeah.
Anyway, her band.
Would she have been a guest on the Judy Garland show?
Oh, I mean, Marilyn, if she was born a decade earlier, she would have been a famous woman. Or as she says, mother wasn't pushy enough. If she had been pushy or a stage mother, I would have been famous by now.
If Patti LuPone had been Marilyn May's mother. Honey,
the possibilities are endless. Okay, speaking of mothers, here's another good one.
I'd rather have 50% of him.
Tris.
50% of him.
A mother kisses.
Than all of anybody else at all.
Oh my God. I've been, always, but especially this week, I've been watching so much Golden Girls, and B is just like a class act.
I mean, I don't, thank you. I hate to say it. I sound more like Elaine, but I feel like my style is a little more B. Because Elaine will throw it away. Whereas B is going to hold each of those notes until she can't no more, you know?
She's going to really put it to be Arthurator and really make it her own and try within her range, her capabilities. She's going to try it. Okay, here's one that I doubt anyone will get. If anyone gets this, I'll be very, very in admiration of them. Here we go.
I'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anybody else at all.
Great voice. Is it someone that I I'm a fan of in general?
Yes, but not necessarily her singing, because not her singing now. No. Ruthie was a good guess. I never realized how similar voices they had, but we don't hear this voice very often, at least not recently. And she's not like a Broadway. She is Broadway adjacent and more the West End, but not necessarily British.
Huh.
She was in a pop group in the 80s. What were you gonna say?
Wait.
I'm gonna play it one more time. Just listen to the
Ullman.
What?
Not Tracy Ullman.
No.
I'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anybody else at all.
I'm a little mad she didn't take the up at the end.
Wait, you say she was in a pop group in the 80s?
Mel C is a good guess, but no. No, not Petula. She was in two girl groups.
Oh, is it Michelle Visage?
Yes!
It was that couch guessed it.
I didn't see
I'm
it.
impressed. Every time I hear Michelle Visage sing, she's gonna get me in trouble. But I love her, but she's very she sings she's like, ask any of the Chuckies, what is it? In my pen, they'll tell you. But that was almost like Laurie Beachman. That was some resonance in that.
Well, yeah, she's a great voice. I mean, I think she went to AMDA or somewhere, wanting to be on Broadway, and then she ended up getting a contract with Seduction or whatever the first one was. Anyway, so yeah, Michelle, that was at some gay bar. I couldn't
I'm a fan letter. That was a good version.
I know.
I think Bianca Del Rio coached her on that one.
Yeah. Baloney. All right. The remaining two are my two favorites. The first one.
Wait, what?
The remaining two that I have to play are two of my favorite versions of this.
Two of your favorites. I was like, I'm pretty sure you played me already, like you're Jesus and Mohammed. So
Yeah. No. I mean, there's so many ones I love, but these are recordings that I've been listening to, you know, in my earbuds for years. And the first one, I'm looking at you, Brits, because she's a British star.
I know who it is already.
You do?
I bet do you want me to guess before you play it or no?
Yeah.
Alison GR.
No.
Oh, do you know her version?
No. Maybe she was one of the results that came up, but I didn't know her, so I didn't choose.
This is so great because she goes, I've done enough birthdays to know what I want, and then modulate, and I know what I want.
Good
and
choice.
then at the end, she goes up, and it's mwah.
Okay, here's the first one.
I'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anybody else at all.
Great. What is it like, Lindsay Haitley?
No, I think she was an Elphaba in the West End.
Oh, is it like fucking like Carrie Ellis?
No. It's you know, Liz. No, but similar voice. I guess this is about Michelle. Yes.
Yeah, that's about Michelle.
Well, we're almost out of time, so I'll just give it to you. It's you're not gonna know who this is. Louise Dearman. Anyway, I her albums are all. She's kind of has that Linda Eder thing going where she just records like all these belty 11 o'clock numbers, and I can't hate her for it because she has such a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm. All
right, last of all, again, another one of my favorites that's very yes or no, yeah. Who? Louise Dearman. Brits, if you're listening, tell me if you know who she is. And to close it out, another favorite.
I'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anybody else at all.
I mean, like Michelle Lee?
No. She is a trans star of.
Oh, is it Alexandra Billings?
Yes. Don't you love it?
Love. I always forget how great her voice is.
Oh, look, it's my new kitty.
I didn't even ask what his name is.
His name is Jerry.
Jerry.
And after Jerry Herman.
Oh.
I know. Also, that's just such a the name they gave him at the shelter was Ginger, which I didn't like. So I was like, I'll change it, but I wanted something with the J.
Smart.
Yes, it would. And
I don't know about that, Macon. It might be and it might not be. Let's just wait and see.
Beth Levels would also be great.
I know Beth Level doesn't even need to sing 50%. Beth Level could just be like, y'all know 50%? Just imagine what I do.
Right. The crowd, standing ovation. Okay, well, that was so fun. We have to go now because we're past our time. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please submit your appreciation stations and a little explanation video to slide into the DMs, and then I'll give you my email to email it to me. But we love you all, and stay safe, stay sane, stay, whatever. I was trying to think of
silly.
Stay silly.
Autumn, winter, next year. Some
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.